Not just because this is like the 10th day that I've been stuck in the house because of the coronavirus quarantine. I'm going absolutely insane right now. I've played so many video games. I haven't played this many video games in years, but it's not a sad day because of that. It's a sad day because I'm getting rid of this, my favorite lens of all time. And I'm getting rid of it for a couple of different reasons, so bear with me and let me explain. Had to close that so my roommate doesn't hear me start crying over this thing. But you see, I'm not really a portrait photographer, which is what this lens is primarily designed for. I'm primarily a landscape and adventure photographer, which this occasionally plays to, but not really all the time. This lens, for me, the 50mm, I keep pointing at the ground, but that's because that's where I have the lens actually placed. This lens for me is kind of an unreasonable lens for me to even have. The reason I bought this lens in the first place is because I always like to have at least one piece of camera equipment that's just really, really fun to use. Something that inspires me to go out and shoot with it, something that I can feel creative with, and something that just makes me really enjoy the act of photography. I really like taking photos of like my family, my friends, my pets, things like that, just documenting the day-to-day and things of that nature. And I really like doing that with a piece of equipment that is just fun to use. And for a long time, this Canon 50mm F1.2 was the piece of equipment that I did that with. I loved using this for just documenting day-to-day life. About 2 months ago, however, I made another purchase that falls into the like fun to use or inspires me to go out and shoot type category. And that piece of equipment is this. Actually, it's not in here. Hold on, let me grab it. The piece of equipment that I've been using to document just my day-to-day life and just to take fun photos of my family, my pets, my friends, things of that nature, just my day-to-day, everyday photos for fun camera has been this, the Leica MD. This is a camera that I've had my eyes on for the longest time now. Never was able to pull the trigger on it. Finally kind of found a good deal on it, had enough money saved up to pull the trigger on it, and so I did it. So this lens, unfortunately, has not gotten any use for like 5 or 6 weeks, maybe even like 2 months, which kind of sucks. So unfortunately, because I haven't been getting any use out of this lens, it's gonna have to go. I gotta sell it, bringing it to UPS, and I don't have any packing materials, so it's going into this box, and I'm gonna try to stuff it full of newspapers to make sure that it's not banging around when it's getting shipped. But yeah, I'm super bummed out. I really love this lens, but I just can't rationalize having a $2,000 lens sitting around when I just bought a Leica and I use the Leica 99.9% of the time. I literally haven't touched this thing. I'm bummed, but it's gotta go. Alright, I'm not actually shipping this thing out today. I'm going to ship it first thing tomorrow morning, but it is a gorgeous afternoon here in Buffalo. It's actually like 55 degrees outside, which sounds terrible, but it's actually pretty warm for here this time of year. It's finally starting to warm up. It feels promising. I know this whole coronavirus thing is going on right now, but summer is on the way. I promise you. Alright guys, so I ended up coming up here to Niagara Falls because I figured there'd be nobody up here because of all the stuff that's going on, which actually ended up being pretty true. There's barely anybody here, which is super rare because there's always tons and tons of people here around sunset time. And I just remembered, if you guys have not hit the like button or the thumbs up button down below, definitely go down and hit that button. It helps out the video and it helps out the channel a ton, and I appreciate it big time. But anyways, the reason we came up here was number one, to finish up this video, but number two, because I want to do a little bit of photography. Unfortunately, in typical Buffalo, New York fashion, as you can see in the sky right now, the sun is completely covered up with clouds right now. If you watch the B-roll of me on the way in here, you could see that the sun was completely apparent in the sky. There was no cloud coverage. Well, there was some cloud coverage, but it was like partly cloudy. But now, all of a sudden, then I'm up here and I want to take some photos in typical Buffalo fashion. The clouds are back and you can't see the sun at all. Anyways, guys, I figured I'd make like a little bit of a vlog today just because I've been getting a little bit stir crazy sitting around the house doing absolutely nothing for the past couple of days. And I did decide to sell that 50mm F1.2 just because I felt like the purpose of it kind of coincided with the purpose of the Leica that I purchased. And I wasn't really getting a ton of use out of that 50mm F1.2 because of the fact that I now have this Leica. And so I figured I'd make a little bit of a video talking about why I'm selling that piece of gear and why I like to always have pieces of equipment that really inspire me to go out and make photos regardless of what the final result is. I like to have a piece of equipment that's just fun to use and gets me out to shoot more often than I would if I didn't have that piece of equipment. I hope you guys enjoyed this quick little vlog. I'm gonna run around for the next 20 or so minutes and try to take a couple of photos. It's not looking like the sunset is gonna pan out at all tonight. It's just fading away behind the clouds. Nothing's really happening, so I'm gonna take a couple photos regardless, but I think I'm gonna wrap it here. Thank you guys a ton for watching. Let me know in the comments below if you enjoy this type of quick vlog, and let me know if you want me to do more of this stuff. I promise more photography and gear related content is going to keep on coming, but because I was getting a little bit stir crazy, like I said, just wanted to pump out a quick vlog this week. Definitely stay tuned for more gear and photography related videos coming here in the very near future. I'm planning to do a little bit of a road trip very shortly, and so I'm super excited about that. Definitely hit the subscribe button down below if you're interested in seeing more of that content, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.